Hi everyone! Welcome again sa aking channel. For this video ay ituturo ko sa inyo yung continuation ng Unit 2 which is all about rational functions. After knowing rational equation and rational inequalities as well as the solving of rational equation and inequalities, ang next topic is all about the rational function itself. Let's start with the definition and illustration of rational functions. Rational function is the ratio of two polynomial functions. It is in the form of f of x is equal to n of x over d of x, na kung saan ang ating numerator is a polynomial function and our denominator is also a polynomial function. Dahil sila ay ratio of two polynomial function, sila ay naka-fraction form na may numerator at denominator. Let's have some examples of rational functions. Number 1, we have f of x is equal to x squared plus 5x plus 6 all over x cubed minus 2x squared minus 15x. This is a rational function because our numerator is a polynomial function with a degree of 2, and our denominator is also a polynomial function with a degree of 3 naman. Ang degree of polynomial ay nakikita natin sa highest exponent. For example, ang ating numerator, ang highest exponent ay 2, kaya ang degree niya ay 2. Sa denominator, ang kanyang highest exponent ay 3, kaya ang kanyang degree ay 3. Now, let's have additional example. Number 2, f of x is equal to x minus 2 all over x squared plus 4x plus 3. Ito ulit ay rational function because our numerator is a polynomial function with a degree of 1, and ang ating denominator is also a polynomial function with a degree of 2. Ang highest exponent ng numerator ay 1, kaya ang degree niya ay 1. Ang highest exponent ng denominator ay 2, kaya ang degree niya ay 2. Now, let's have examples of rational functions in real-life situations. Number 1, for medical students or professionals, they will encounter this function. C of t is equal to 5t over 4t squared plus 5. This formula is used to determine the percent of drug content in a person's bloodstream after t times the drug is injected. Ito ay rational function kasi meron tayong numerator function and the denominator function. Ang involved nating variable is c for drug content and letter t for time. C is a function of time. Next, in electronics or electrical field, this function is used. I of R is equal to K over R, wherein I is current, K is constant, then R is resistance. It shows that the current in an electrical conductor is inversely proportional to the resistance. It also shows that I is a function of R. Number 3, in aeronautics and physics, these functions are used. We have V of t is equal to d over t, and d of v is equal to m over v. Itong unang formula natin is velocity is equal to distance over time. It shows that distance is constant, then velocity is a function of time. Then ito namang second formula natin, d is density is equal to mass over volume. Mass is constant, then density is a function of volume. They are both rational function because it involves numerator and denominator. After knowing the definition and form of a rational function, let's proceed to its properties. Properties of rational functions. These properties are important for us to graph properly our rational functions. Let's start with the first one, domain. Domain is the set of all possible values of independent variable, usually letter x. For example, ang ating function is f of x is equal to x squared plus 5x plus 6 all over x cubed minus 2x squared minus 15x. In this form, hindi natin agad makikita ang domain. What we're going to do is we're going to factor the numerator and the denominator completely. Ang factored form ng ating function is x plus 3 times x plus 2 all over x times x minus 5 times x plus 3. Kapag naka-factored form na ang ating function, madali na nating makikita o ma-determine ang domain. Now, titignan natin sa ating denominator kung ano yung magpapazero sa denominator at iyon ay hindi kasama sa domain. Halimbawa, if x is equal to 0, 0 ang ating denominator. Hindi kasama ang 0. Dito naman, kung ito ay 5, 5 minus 5, 0 na rin yung denominator. Ibig sabihin, hindi rin kasali yung positive 5. Kapag ito ay negative 3 plus 3 is 0. 0 din ang ating denominator, so hindi rin kasama ang negative 3. Therefore, the domain is all real numbers except x is equal to 0, x is equal to 5, and x is equal to negative 3. Dahil sila ay magpapa-0 at magpapa-undefined sa ating function. Kaya sila exception. Ang next property natin is the intercepts. Meron tayong dalawang klase ng intercepts. We have the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Ito yung mga points ng graph na nakatapat sa x-axis at y-axis. How are we going to determine the intercepts? X-intercept or intercepts are the values of independent variable that will make the numerator 0, while the y-intercept is the value of dependent variable or y when x is equal to 0. So, ibig sabihin, we're going to evaluate the function when x is equal to 0 para makuha yung y-intercept. For instance, ito ulit yung ating function. Kinonvert natin into factored form para makita natin kung ano ang magpapa-0 sa numerator natin. Ang ating numerator is x plus 3 times x plus 2. Ang magpapa-0 sa kanila ay negative 3 at negative 2. Pero dahil ang negative 3 ay hindi kasama sa domain, dahil siya ay magpapa-undefined, hindi siya kasama sa x-intercept. Ang x-intercept lang natin is negative 2. Therefore, the x-intercept is x is equal to negative 2. That is negative 2, 0. Ang ating y-intercept naman is we're going to substitute 0 sa x. If x is equal to 0, y will be undefined. Kasi andito yung x. Pag nag-substitute tayo ng 0 dito, magiging undefined yung function. Therefore, the answer is none. Wala tayong y-intercept. How are we going to illustrate the x-intercept and y-intercept? Again, these are the points of the graph na tatama sa x-axis and y-axis. For example, ito yung ating graph. So, ito yung ating x-axis. Ang tinapatan niyan is negative 2. Therefore, x is equal to negative 2 ang x-intercept. Yung negative 3 ay hindi siya included or hindi siya intercept kasi siya ay magpapa-undefined sa function. The next property is what we call asymptotes. Meron din tayong dalawang asymptote, isang vertical asymptote at isang horizontal asymptote. These are lines that the graph may or may not approach. Let's start with vertical asymptote. Vertical asymptotes are vertical lines where the graph approaches to but never intersects. In order for us to determine the vertical asymptote, it can be determined by the values of independent variable that will make the denominator undefined. For instance, ito ulit yung ating function. Kailangan naka-factored form para makita natin kung ano yung magpapa-undefined sa ating function or sa denominator. Dahil ang magpapa-0 sa atin ay 0, 5, at negative 3, yun yung magpapa-undefined sa ating function. At sila din yung ating vertical asymptotes. Therefore, the vertical asymptotes are x is equal to 0, x is equal to 5, and x is equal to negative 3. How are we going to illustrate the vertical asymptotes? Again, these are the vertical lines. Usually, they are the dashed line where the graph approaches to but never intersects. For example, ito yung graph ng ating function. Ang ating vertical asymptotes are the following. So, nakatayo silang line na usually dashed line na nakatapat sa x is equal to negative 3, x is equal to 0, then x is equal to positive 5. So, ibig sabihin, yung graph natin is approaching negative 3 but never intersects to negative 3. The graph is approaching 0 but do not touch 0. The graph is approaching positive 5 but never touch positive 5. So those are the vertical asymptotes. The next asymptote is what we call horizontal asymptote. Horizontal asymptote is a horizontal line where the graph may or may not approach to. How are we going to determine the horizontal asymptote? It can be determined by the following rules. We're going to let n as the degree of the numerator function and m as the degree of the denominator function. The rule is, if n is less than m, ang ibig sabihin niyan is, if the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator, the horizontal asymptote is automatically y is equal to 0. The next rule is, if n is equal to m. Ang ibig sabihin niyan is, if the degree of the numerator is equal to the degree of the denominator, the horizontal asymptote is computed by y is equal to a over b. Ang letter A is the leading coefficient of the numerator. Ang B is the leading coefficient of the denominator. The last rule is if n is greater than m. Ang ibig sabihin nito is if the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, automatically there is no horizontal asymptote. For instance, sa ating function, ang degree ng numerator ay 2, ang degree ng denominator ay 3. 2 is less than 3, therefore ang ating horizontal asymptote is y is equal to 0. So those are the properties of rational function and how are we going to determine those properties. Kung isa-summarize natin yung ating mga properties, makikita natin siya sa ganitong format. So makikita natin sa graph ng ating function, yung ating x-intercept na x is equal to negative 2. Wala tayong y-intercept. Then meron tayong vertical asymptote na x is equal to negative 3, x is equal to 0, at x is equal to positive 5. And then ang horizontal asymptote natin is y is equal to 0. Ito yun, nakahiga. And then, ang ating domain is all real numbers except x is equal to 0, x is equal to 5, and x is equal to negative 3. Let's have one more example. Determine the properties of this rational function. F of x is equal to x minus 2 all over x squared plus 4x plus 3. We're going to determine the following properties. Domain, the intercepts, x and y intercept, the asymptotes, vertical and horizontal asymptote. For the first property domain, ang ating function ay kailangan natin i-convert into factored form. Ang kanyang factored form ay x minus 2 all over x plus 3 times x plus 1. On this format, makikita na natin agad yung ating domain, except doon sa values na magpapa-0 sa ating denominator. Dahil ito ay x plus 3, ang magpapa-0 sa kanya ay negative 3. ito ay x plus 1, ang magpapazero sa kanya ay negative 1. Therefore, hindi sila kasama sa domain. Ang ating domain will be all real numbers except x is equal to negative 3 and x is equal to negative 1. Next property is the intercepts. Ito ulit yung ating function. Kailangan i-convert natin into factored form para makita natin kung ano yung magpapazero sa ating numerator. Ito ang ating numerator, x minus 2. Ang magpapazero sa kanya ay positive 2, and that is our x-intercept. Therefore, the x-intercept is x is equal to 2. For the y-intercept, we need to evaluate the function if x is equal to 0. We're going to substitute 0 sa value ng x. Kaya ito ay magiging y is equal to 0 minus 2 all over 0 plus 3 times 0 plus 1. The answer is negative 2 over 3. Therefore, meron tayong y-intercept na y is equal to negative 2 over 3. For the next properties, the asymptotes, unahin natin ang vertical asymptote. Ito ulit yung ating function. Kailangan nakakonvert siya into factored form para mas madaling makita yung vertical asymptote. Ang vertical asymptote ay values of x na magpapazero sa denominator. Ito ulit yung ating denominator, x plus 3 times x plus 1. Ang magpapazero sa kanila ay negative 3 at negative 1. Therefore, sila yung ating vertical asymptote. The vertical asymptotes are x is equal to negative 3 and x is equal to negative 1. And then for the last property, the horizontal asymptote, gagamit tayo ng rule. Since ang ating degree of numerator is 1 at ang degree ng ating numerator ay 2, 1 is less than 2. N is less than m. Therefore, ang ating horizontal asymptote is automatically y is equal to 0. So these are the properties of our rational function number 2.